Man, I love that intro. Got to live up to it, right? Got to do the energy move every single day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Got to keep it going. Let's put the lemon into the water. Had a beautiful workout with my wife. I absolutely love when my wife works out right next to me. And this workout is like basically a dynamic core workout. It's all core, bicycles, up and downs. My stomach burns. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby, as we say. Just quickly, conversationally, so you don't have to scream, baby, if you're out in the restaurant. You know what I mean? I was wearing this shirt the day my father hath passed. It has now been 3 months since the day I got the call, May 1st, that my dad was under. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Stay strong if you're going through it. I'm with you 100%. The grieving process is long and hard, and there's really no pill. There's no easy way out but facing the music. So let's have a big sip of that lemon water. Let's stay hydrated. Let's do the best things we can for our minds and bodies every single day. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. And let me take a big sip of the lemon water, and let's start the morning live stream like we do every single day, all right? Get that music back up and running in the background. Always have to have a little bit of a storyline. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well, right off the bat, we got to talk about what I see trending today too as well. Kind of one thing I want to talk about right off the bat. Insanity. Let's see if I can find this thing here. Sam Bankman-Fried, the man responsible for one of the biggest frauds in history, FTX, is being accused of creating rug pulling. All right. Sam Bankman-Fried, the man responsible for one of the biggest frauds in history, FTX, is being accused of creating and rug pulling a $100 million market cap shitcoin while on house arrest in his parents' basement this morning. You can't make this ish up. Excuse me, I didn't even know I was going to read that, but it happened to slip out. But it's crazy. Was it bald? I bet it was the bald coin. Yeah, because that was at 9, got rug pulled. Did he create bald, right? And they're saying thousands of ETH between FTX and bald. Bald deployer was the first voter on all sushi proposals. Bald developer tweets same sentence structure as SBF. Bald developer was the biggest DYDX farmer. Bald deployer DYDX posts sound like SBF. Interesting. Bankrupt FTX confirms plan to relaunch the crypto exchange. That's 10 hours ago, too. Just in. So did he have something to do with this while he was on house arrest? And again, this is all speculation. There's no known facts of this, but this is trending. This is insane. And I wouldn't put it past him, but you never know. Again, I don't judge people. I don't know. I do not like what he's associated with FTX. And as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't look good. And people should get, they should have to pay for what they do if they take other people's money. So anyway, follow me at Twitter at CryptoLifer33. I would greatly appreciate it, where you can answer questions just like this, right? This month, right? In the month of July, all right, I want to know this. Live tweet action. But in the month of July, yeah, that was right. I was like, wait. In the month of July, which coin did you stack the most? I think for me, it was Caspa, right? I did stack some Bitcoin too, though, probably. In the month of July, which coin did you stack the most? LMK, baby. LMK. In the month of July, which coin did you stack the most? It's a simple question. It's not hard to answer over here with the Boston accent. What if I had the hard accent like Jordan? I'm from Boston, but I don't go out much, and I just sit here and do the announcing. And so the announcing voice kind of took over. I was actually doing assistant coaching, and the girl was like, "You sound like you're from down south." And I was like, "Huh?" So crazy. And then I realized, I was like, "Oh yeah, But answer this tweet. I sent it to the Discord. I also sent it here to the Chat Easy, so you guys have it and have access to it. All right. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the 325 people on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. All right. We're going to break down Bitcoin right now as it's dumping into the morning, overnight last night. Started to dump the second I got off the live stream. And I was like, she gone, baby, she gone, right? And she was gone. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Let me ask you people, what coin did you stack the most here? I'll ask you too here on the live stream. What coin did you stack the most in the month of July? Not far from Boston myself. Shout out to Sammy. Bearish divergence on the weekly. Doji on the monthly. We are going down, boys. Don't fret. We're still in a bullish market. It'll come back up. Bearish divergence is on the weekly. Amen. Just got back from the beach and feel grounded. It was a nice to reset and be where I wanted to be. I can't wait for what's coming. Back to the grind and making life-changing decisions. Shout out to Daniel Perez. Oh, you were staying at the beach for like a week-long time? Casper, Sam is the man. What coin did you guys grab the most in July? I'm asking a question. What coin did you buy the most of in July? Answer down here. Casper. My man said Casper. Link. Filecoin. Casper. Ben. We got Quant and Naka. We got Storage Maxi is all that is needed. Wow, storage. Just all day, huh? Okay. I'll look into that. I know storage. I've been seeing it for years on and off. GFA as well. Casper. Bitcoin. Loopring. XRP. Casper. XRP. AGIX. Cadena. Okay. AV and Buggy Tours. Seize the Day. FUD Expert. Josh Cassie. Ivo Tenbro. Gold Blooded in the house. Engine Coin and Anchor. Interesting. On the low. Casper. Jesse Namasil. Crypto Bear Baker. Darth Dude. Pepe. OMAC. Bitcoin. All day long. In July, probably XRP. Yeah, in the month of July, which coin did you grab the most if you're just coming into the live? That's what we're trying to, that's what I am aiming to ascertain, right? Aiming to ascertain here. All right. Casper, Bitcoin, calm. Dump it, baby. All right, let's take a look at BTC. Let's bring down that music a little bit, a little too loud. CrowdSwap, put your Casper in the Casper website wallet. Interesting. HBAR link XRP. Another 100 subs, 44,600 subs and climbing. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't clicked the subscriber button, please click it and help the lifer and your lifer community. Bitcoin and ETH stacking. Albert said, I like it. Cass, all-time high incoming this week. Let's go. Jake, he wants that ATH, baby. Jebitron, Casper. Wow, you're with me, baby. Cartesi, because I didn't buy, only stake, my man. AGIX, Quant, and Bitcoin. You guys are buying it up like you read about. We got the coins that are hot right now. You know, you go to CoinMarketCap, MakerDAO, Bone. What's up on the week? Bone up 21%. Uniswap up 11%. You can see DeFi, MakerDAO. Even in the last hour, MakerDAO up a little bit. I have a play on MakerDAO today in the trading group. Join the trading group if you want to see what's going down, all right? Immutable X, showing some signs of life. It's been getting talked about a lot. It's on a lot of people's radars, and it's a strong project with a great blockchain that could do numbers. So Immutable X is interesting. Sorry, 1 second. Forgot my background light. There you go. Now everything is correct. Forgive me for that. Now you can see it's perfect. All right. Veracity, almost at my buy price. Havoc, amazing new project. What's going on with XDC? It has to come back on the daily. We went over it yesterday. It needs to retrace, in my humble opinion. Right? I told you I was in this trade. MX token in at 268, 269. Basically combined. I'm kind of right at break even right here. The 1 hour's overbought. Tells me I may just scrap this for now and wait for it to consolidate even more, but it's still tight in the zone. Right? 22 hour also is coming back down. Could lose a little bit of love there. You know, it loses this level, it's likely to bounce further down to 246, and I don't want to take a L, so it is what it is. I took a shot. Daily looks okay. 3-day is an indecision. The 2-day looks beautiful, you know. I'll let the 15-minute play out here, see if we can get a bit of a bounce. If we can't get a bounce on the 15-minute, I'm likely going to close the trade, you know. Veracity, Kudos is holding a nice 25% gain. Thanks for the call. Made a nice $400. One love. Shout out to my man, FUD Expert. God bless you, brother. Thank you for saying that. And we talked about Kudos making a move to the upside. Look at that blast. Nailed the call. I did it again. Shout out to anyone that took my kudos call. Kudos to you, right? Holding a gain of, went up 40%, holding a gain of 30%. And if you were in the trading group, you would have been privy to kudos, like my man just there, who made 400 beans on kudos. All right, I'm not a signals group. What I do is I scan the market every single day. For $3 a day, you'll get my hyperactive brain scanning the market feverishly, insanely, right? And I'm going to find things that are likely going to move, like this kudos call on 725 about 6-7 days ago. One day was oversold, tight moving averages. Stokes pushing up aggressively for kudos, right? And there's your before. And what I like to try to do is put them, yeah, see, there's your before, after, right? Isn't that pretty cool? Sorry. There's your before. And what I do sometimes, I do something interesting. I can put them in the exact same place. So there is your before, and there is your after. There is your before, there is your after. I found out a way to find out when price action's likely going to make a move, and to only try to trade those ways. Another interesting thing is it comes in with, you got this shoulder, this head, and this right shoulder, which broke to the upside, inverted head and shoulder, okay? So you were tight inside a range. 1, 2, 3, tight. Moving averages were tight. The point of control on the VRVP was open. This is likely to probably continue to the upside as well. So the market's not the greatest today. We still hit a banger to the upside. And it took a few days to hit, right? From entry, it did take 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, on the pump took 3 days too. But, that's a nice gradual climb to the upside. Cup and handle for kudos to the upside. Got above the point of control, was low on the stochastics on the daily. And I teach you all these ideas and all these concepts so you can use them yourself to make gains. All right? So, LTC is doing damage. Is it really again? Litecoin? BNB faking a breakout to the upside. Another bear trap. Litecoin having pump. Okay. We'll take a look at Litecoin. So, but shout out to anyone that took the kudos call to the upside. Kudos banging on them to the upside. And let's see if some of the short tokens made gains. Atom up 4%. You had a kind of a cup and handle there. Short tokens making somewhat of a move here. Sushi up 2%. Mana up 1%. We'll get off the 7-minute chart though. Look at my 4-hour. We got some pumpage in the S tokens. S tokens are 3 S coins. Not like you think. They're not S coins like you think. They're meant to be used in the right way, meaning they're ETFs, right? Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the love, everybody. We got a new group of people today. How many people have never been to the live stream? I see some new people. I see Maxine Roy. I see Arca, 5 for 6. AVAX looking interesting. I see Ghost DZ. I see some different people. Shout out to Studio 388. Shout out to Cryptoholic Love. Shout out We Are Trading This. I never seen We Are Trading This. Seeing a bunch of new names here on the live. Who here is new on the live stream? Shout out to Storm Trading. I have 40% gains on Caspa on spot. That's the 99% membership for 6 months just from one call in the trading group. Shout out to Jebatron. I love you. God bless you. And that's in like 2 weeks too. Not even that long. Hit all the likes. Shorting. Who is new? ALBZ is new. Matt Ski. My man. Ivo Tenbrook. Dagger Hashimoto. Jacob Bauer in the house. A lot of beautiful souls in the live. Thank you for being here. 165 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Shout out once a lifer, always a lifer. Amen. 5 weeks in, my man. Good day. All humans. New or not new in here, smash the like. Let's go. Graphics, let's go. Amen. Amen. We're going to break down Bitcoin in a split second. Do not worry. We're done lavishing ourselves with the gains that have been made. And that's another thing. Now we look at a flag here on the 15th. You know, if this thing can flag out, there's a chance it may have some more gas. And it does, it didn't hit my target yet to the upside for kudos. So kudos to you, as we say in the game. See one of the bigger gainers here on MEXC. FBX, GNS, PAW, W, CPay, Revo, BFT. Funny, had Revo there, came down, but then did come up on a massive move to the upside. TOMO's been on my radar. Let's take a look at TOMO. Well, TOMO was on Token Metrics a couple weeks past, and we had it in this flag. TOMO up a nice gain since I posted it. Entry was here. Stop loss down at 78. TOMO up 21% gains. Also had a pump all the way up to about 46% gains. So TOMO doing damage. Another Token Metrics call went up 46% in total on that wick, holding gains of about 20 for TOMO. Shout out to anyone that jumped into TOMO and took TOMO for gains. And again, I swing trade 4 or 5 days. The portfolio begins to grow. You continually hit it over, slowly but surely, over and over. TOMO for 46%. Amazing. And kudos, I just want to send to the team so they can get it done while I get it in. And in total, kudos had a nice gain of about 29%. Actually, no, on the wick. Got to be truthful, because it went as, one day I was like, well, I should take where it's at or take where it went. And I was like, if I don't take where it went, it's not the truth. The truth is that's where it went. You know what I mean? As funny as the wick is, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to make sure, I was like, well, what is the right thing to do? Because technically a wick can be quick, but that's technically where it went. Had you had a limit order somewhere around that area, you would have hit that wick, right? So kudos. 40% gains. And yeah, some of them took 3, some of them took 5, some of them took 6 days. It's patience. But I'll tell you right now, if you can learn patience in trading, you're going to be able to learn how to make a lot of money, in my humble opinion, over time. Probability-wise, right? So, let's take a look at our baby BTC and find out what's happening. Shout out to everybody here on the live. It's probably the weird music that's got everyone freaking out. I mean, what kind of music is that? Not my music. All right, I just get so into the charts, I stop listening to the music. I tune it out when it gets ridiculous. All right, let's get into BTC. All right, we got our levels we're watching. We'll do 2 things for you. First thing we'll do is we'll make it nice and easy. Shout out to anyone that took kudos for gains, though. I mean, what a nice play. I believe kudos was also Token Metrics. Are those bullish divs on Bitcoin? What do you think about XRP right now, since the sentiment cooled off a little bit? Probably go sideways for a while. As FBB Rug bald, he thought no one would catch him because of his hairline. Been watching Sam and a lifer for almost 2 years. Joshua Jello, we love you. Shout out to everybody here in the live. Bay. GF Burke in the house. My man, you're hilarious, bro. You're like, follow you for more cooking ideas. That was insane. I laughed so hard. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, take it out of can, roll it in the tang, call it a day over here. You know what I mean? Hey. Funny, we gave you this symmetrical triangle, right? It had a measured move up or down. The measured move down was 28,400. The measured move up was 30,000. I'd say that these mostly break to the downside more than they break to the upside, right? That's what I always talk about. I say it's a symmetrical triangle. By the book, it's 50-50. But in my lifetime, I see them break to the downside more than I see them break to the upside. And we went all the way to 28,475. Liquidated anybody that was long in that zone. Might be a good place to long, honestly. What I'm seeing here now is a slight bullish divergence on the 4-hour. As the RSI is swinging up, but the price action swinging sharply down. Technically is a bit of a, and look at this. This was interesting too. It almost, I've seen this pattern more than ever, an Adam and Eve double top. Second you see that Adam and Eve, you're done, and you're going to break the length of this area to the downside. Bang. Just crazy. I've been seeing the Adam and Eve double bottom, the Adam and Eve double top, more than I've seen it almost in the last few years. Just like the last 2-3 months, I've seen it all the time. Ever since Pepe had it, it's been going all the time. You know what I mean? Insane. So join the trading group today, pinned in the comment section. If you would have liked to get down on kudos, could have made gains. Well, the market's pretty flat. We still find gains. Why? One of the only coins that's hot today, we're in it. How is that possible? Because we plan it out before it happens. We map it out. We look at it. And we only play the same type of setups over and over again. We take small stop losses and we continue to move on. The gains take care of the rest. Dang, Alex getting that love. Fastest paycheck made in my life. Shout out to Dank Friend. We love you, brother. What up, lifers? Shout out to everybody here in the live. Bay. Alex really getting love. Let's take a look at Alex Labs. Let's look at Alex real quick. Shout out to MEXC, the place to be. Join MEXC today if you want the lowest fees and highest profits. Zero spot maker and taker fees on MEXC. All right. I'm attempting to build a long position to get a bounce back to the top of the channel here on the 4-hour time frame. That's my goal, right? So see if we get this move back up. There is a bullish divergence here. We technically hit the target of the Adam and Eve. We're very oversold now, right? Can we get a bounce? We had to have gotten bullish divergence somewhere. Sad thing is we did take out that previous low. I mean, there it is. There's a that's a liquidation wick I've never seen. Technically, look, that whole business swings up, that swings down. I mean, technically that is the divergence. What a mess, though. I've never really seen it like that with the wick after the fact of the divergence. That's a new one. That's a new one they pulled. But you got a local resistance that has to be broken at 28,987. You can't break above that. I mean, you're likely going to break further to the downside. So, it's kind of got some head and shoulder vibes. Just ugly, man. Price action is looking ugly. Let's look at our 3-day chart. Remember, once the macro breaks this 200 SMA, if the 3-day chart breaks this 200 SMA, I will have to change my tune. You know, right now we could technically still be in this flag. That could break to the upside, right? Another thing is we're still in a giant low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. We're still in an uptrend. I want to make that really clear. And we'll talk about the weekly areas here. You've got this weekly support sitting at 28,100. Very strong. Your next level would be 27.2. And then you're looking at 26,369 on the weekly. On the weekly, you have a resistance that would be great to get back above at 29,000. We'll call it 300, and then 30,300. 30,300 did not pan out. We eventually got rejected from that area. This has bearish divergence. We talked about it. We've shown you it literally since probably about 1 or 2 candles here. So we've been talking about it for 2 or 3 weeks now. It is bearish divergence. The Stokes are curving down. Can the support hold off the push down, right? You have a gap of the VRVP. Do we make it all the way back down? One thing that I have talked about and mentioned is, could this be a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder? Just like they're slanted to the downside, I see them break up. They can be slanted to the upside and break down. We'd come into this liquidity. I mean, you're talking, that's 21,000, you know, $25,000 Bitcoin. Be good to shake out some people. One more max pain event. If I was the maker, I would do it. Perfect time to bring it back down one more time. September usually is the worst month. They could kind of get us ready, and I can't stand trading. September is just like, I dread the first 2 weeks of September. They're like, I don't know. Maybe I won't project negativity. Anything could happen. But I just remember a couple times making awesome gains all summer long, and then September just being like a horrible month to trade. One of the first times I learned how to trade crypto, September 2019. I always remember that summer. Just 4 years ago seems like 10 years ago, right? So we got this strong weekly support kind of holding us down at 28,100. We break that, we clearly go down to 27.2, 25.8, and then we could start testing the 24,300 area there again. This is just all weekly ideas. As long as we stay above the 200 SMA on the weekly, I'm very bullish. All right. Same as on the 3-day chart. So not the worst things in the world happening. All right. Bitcoin technically in a channel. Technically just kind of coming back to the bottom of the channel. Not the freakiest thing in the world. Came up, came down. Right. It's very oversold in the daily. Like, the RSI is starting to reset pretty nicely. Lack of momentum. MACD is just getting stretched. And you're coming to test this weekly support right here. I mean, resistance, resistance, resistance. That weekly support level is 28,500, which you did bounce, right? And we talked about that a bunch of times. You went even a little lower, 28.4. And now you got 28,100 here, right? So resistance, that's your next level. You know, you want to see if we're going to come to. If you break that, the daily suggests you come down to 27.3 pretty fast. And 26K isn't that far down. All right. Again, a lot of fear. Good time to grab some BTC, in my humble opinion, right? So anytime I see it in the red, I'm buying. I'm buying. And I'm usually going to buy on Maker getting a nice pump to the upside. I was looking at Maker on a futures idea there earlier today. But trading spot here, 0 spot, Maker, and taker fees, easy peasy. And one thing I tell beginners, like that when I started in cryptocurrency, I don't know everything about trading, but I learned how to set a limit order. I learned how to get in, you know, like you learn, you know, you get to the exchange. I mean, at this point, I had already been limiting in and out at E-Trade and what was called Options House, which was bought by E-Trade years ago. If anyone ever was an old Option House trader, you're an OG with me. So I knew how to set limit orders, but you know, every exchange is different. You want to get used to what goes on that exchange, how to use it, what to do, right? So, but Bitcoin, 28,000, I love it. Anywhere between 15 and 28,000, I'm going to be buying between 2, 3, 4, maybe 500 bucks a day worth of BTC. Just is what it is, right? Today I bought 400 bucks more of Bitcoin. Bang. Yeah, 500. Make it real. And just keep stacking it while other people aren't paying attention. It's going to be harder and harder to get. It's not going to be as easy. And so I'm going to keep stacking my BTC. All right. I may sell a portion of my MEXC Global right now. Take that 2,800 bucks. Just till I see a better signal, in my humble opinion. I'll sell in profit. Tiny bit of profit. Take back that $3,000. I would be liquid $3,000 once the order does fill. Let's see, we'll leave that sit. Anyway, this is MEXC. All right, you pay 0 spot maker and taker fees to do these types of transactions in which I'm doing. Can't beat it. It's the best place, in my humble opinion. You also have futures trades that you can make that are awesome. All right, you can do all sorts of fun stuff. Right now, I'm trying out a new idea on futures. So just kind of testing the waters with a couple new ideas. We have an awesome futures class every single Sunday that you can jump on into. The class is amazing. And the teacher's amazing. Dude has been looking at futures. He trades all price action. Similar to me with Fibonacci's and levels. He incorporates a lot of what I teach. You take my beginner's course, then you can start trading spot. Once you've got spot understood a little bit, you can move into leverage trading. But leverage trading, you got to use 1%. I use 1% of my portfolio. I'm not a financial advisor. I'll never tell you what to do. But I use 1% of my portfolio. Same risk management as spot. Nothing changes just because there's leverage involved. You're back to spot. You're doing the same stuff every single time, right? Shout out to the 548 beautiful souls in the live. 229 likes. Thank you for jumping on in. Chat revenue up to $9. You people are blessed. All right. So we know what to watch for. Bitcoin breaks this level. We're looking for 28,000. It breaks this level. You're looking for 27,295. All right. Simply put, you do not want to breach back inside of any of, like if you extend this trend and you end up breaking this trend line again somewhere, no good. The bigger time frame still bullish to me. Moving averages starting to get pretty tight. And again, like we talked about, we went over this idea here numerous times. We may just be making, there's a chance this is what's going on. And we're just going to come down, bounce off 28,000 real quick, maybe whip down, liquidate some longs, and start to make a consolidated symmetrical triangle here. It's not all doom and gloom, right? And we're getting pretty oversold in the bigger time frames. And after such a massive pump, what a beautiful pump. Things were going so well. We went all the way to 30, 2,000 really, right? There's going to have to be a pullback. You never go up all the way, right? And there was bearish divergence even here on the daily. Look, I mean, you're swinging to the upside. You're swinging to the downside here, right? So a lot of people are still in that short, getting paid. That short is now getting paid. It took a while to be that patient to get that last lick. I don't think I would have been able to hold it that long. Probably would have got out on this nasty drop there, which wasn't that far from there even if you got out on that wick. But so this is what I see for Bitcoin. Nice, calm, cool, and collected. Nothing crazy. Take it easy. You know what I mean? So those are the levels to watch. We know what we're seeing for BTC. Let's take a look at the DXY because we got to. DXY got a pump. All right. Kind of had that slanted shoulder, head, and right shoulder. It did have bearish div, and it defied it. Something we'd like to see the weekly do for Bitcoin, right? Another thing is I rarely see bearish divergence below the dotted line. That's the only thing, you know. I'm almost 90% of the time it's above the dotted line. It's just a detail I'm bringing up. I don't know the significance of it. I'm just bringing up that detail, you know. So there you get a nice move to the upside. Today I'm also going to be on Bookmap, using Bookmap on the webinar. It's going to be discussing price action for Bitcoin on smaller time frames, looking for scalps and talking about liquidity. We did have that 28,500 bar. We talked about it for days. You could see that it was a place that we were likely going to get hit, and what happened? We got hit. So price action came down to 28,500. There's still a big boy sitting there. He didn't eat enough, apparently. So as price action bounced back off those liquidations, right? Because they definitely liquidated some longs back down in there last night, really. Looks like we could go lower still. And for me, I mean, Bitcoin isn't able to get above certain regions, so you have a bit of a kind of a shoulder head and a right shoulder, and technically it did break on out. You still have a bearish divergence now, even stronger really, and you're now getting overbought on the stochastics RSI. It would make sense you would come to the top of the channel, not the worst thing in the world, before you get rejected here. Very overbought in the 4-hour time frame. But again, as we expect, the dump for Bitcoin, a nice little push up for the dollar index. I'd love to see the dollar get rejected here, take this bearish div and break to the downside. And it is in a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, but they can break out parabolically too as well, right? Only time will tell, but right now that is, you know, pretty bearish for me. It's overbought in the 4-hour. Like, I wouldn't try to long that, but you know, you never know. So, but to me, that shows more of a higher probability breaking to the downside than to the upside. So that's why I stash more BTC at these levels. You know, it is what it is, right? Now, what do y'all think of Sam Bankman-Fried? Do you think SBF rug bald? I mean, highly likely, right? Let me know. And what coins do people stack the most here on Twitter? Let's find out. In the month of July, which coin did you stack the most? Bitcoin, AGIX, USD, CAS, and GFAL. Bitcoin, Caspa. Wow, a lot of Caspa fiends. Doge, Caspa, you know the deal, lifer. Man, people got paid. If you were stacking that Caspa, you got paid with me. Shout out to all my beautiful souls on the life, man. Hope you're having a wonderful time on this summer day. It's the 1st of August, man. As we head back, kids are already getting the heebie-jeebies. Back to school in 1 month. Are you kidding me? I remember when they just got out, it seemed like everything was awesome. June, July, it's really 2 months. It feels like it's 3 months, but it's like June. I guess it is 3 months. You get June, July, and August. You know, it's 3 months, but it feels like it just goes by so fast. You know what I mean? Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 245 likes, 553 people on the live. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So Bitcoin in a falling wedge. Oversold on the daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame. Not the biggest time to open up a short, in my humble opinion. After a nasty dump and a nice pump recovery, back up to 28,000. All right. Nice little place to possibly open up a long right there as we dump down to 28,500. A lot of people that got limit orders in there nailed it, and they're actually in the money right now. So back inside the pattern too, with a slight bullish divergence. Does the bullish divergence carry into the 1-hour time frame? Technically, this is bullish divergence, which I didn't really see at first. Like, that's an aggressive uptrend. Well, that's flat. It's kind of like an exaggerated bullish divergence. That could give us a bounce, too, to the upside, and you got a broadening falling wedge, which are also bullish to the upside. You know, they do tend to break back up. So that's kind of what I see happening for Bitcoin. Likely a bounce back to the top of the channel. Even if we end up going down. Likely a bounce back up here to the top of the channel. However, smaller time frames will predict otherwise, right? We'll look for some. I mean, the pattern is just weird. You know, I tried to find some type of. It's kind of, I guess we could call that a falling wedge if we had to. There is a slight divergence here as that swings up too on the 7-minute time frame. Tuesdays, we'll find out. I mean, really wacky patterns, right? Real chop. And again, we have major resistance at 29,100. You can't get back above 29,1. Expect more downside. That's going to be the gateway for the bulls to even begin to have a conversation. So 29,000 even psychological right here, you know, right there. You have a resistance there too as well. So Bitcoin not doing amazing. You'd have to have guts of steel to long right now. All right. BTC, baby. BTC. So call for the day. Honestly, you can long the bigger time frames and don't look at the smaller time frames. You know, you long the 4-hour off that divergence and call it a day. Right? The entry really was 28.5 on the wick. Right? But I do see a reversal back to the upside here, back into liquidity. Then we get a real big resistance there. We drop. Because look, you have a high, you have a low. You have a lower high, you have a lower low. Usually you'll put in a lower high first. Or maybe a double top. All right? And then you'll put in the lower low. It doesn't usually just drop again, but it could. It could. That's why I'm watching the smaller time frames. Kind of an M pattern there. It just, you know, a lot of chop. You do have a divergence in the 4-hour time frame. I can't deny that. So a little bit of a bounce likely, in my humble opinion. So I'm long on the afternoon on Tuesday. That will likely get a reversal bounce to the upside here, back into this liquidity. From there, I'm not sure what's going to happen, right? And again, I could be wrong. We could dump out of this pattern and continue to fall. And there's other levels to watch in case that I've gone over in depth. So total market cap, right? You do whatever makes you happy. We talked about the total market cap. Adam and Eve double top could break down to here. What happened? Did exactly that. Kind of crazy, right? See that? And it looked like an Adam and Eve. These things almost never fail when I find them. The bots must love these things. Maybe they create them. I don't know. We wanted to break out of the symmetrical triangle to the upside. But again, ascending triangle, really. Ascending triangles are 50%. They don't always break to the upside. And so, look, the total market cap comes all the way back down. Loses this low, right? Breaks that low. You assume you would come up and make a lower high now. Okay? And this is definitely the trend that you're in. You're in this downtrend in a falling wedge. And you came down. We called this. I mean, we circled this. We were ready for it. We didn't call it, but we said, you know, if this doesn't break out, you'll do this. You'll make a little bear flag. And then you want to short the flag, right? And that's what happened right there on the 1-hour time frame. And you got overbought. You curved up here, couldn't even get a moment out, and then this just fell. Smaller time frames would have been overbought and given you the indication to get out right here. Boom. Boom. 15-minute is a great way to find the short entry and the long entry. I'm telling you right now. Use the 15-minute. It is your friend. It will help you so many ways. Time frames really, really balance ideas. You know, like if you don't know how to use certain time frames, you can miss out on some of the best entries. I'm not saying you have to scan the 1 minute every 5 seconds, but you should be familiar when you need to use it. Like there's some days where I have to use the 1 minute and I don't want to. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm like, oh God, the 1 minute. But it's the only time frame giving me any type of pattern. The other time frames, because the price is moving so fast. If you close your mind and you think about price action in time, it's very similar to like watching price action right now on the chart is kind of similar to a guy using a speed gun on the highway when a car goes by, and you're like, what is he talking about? This guy's out of his mind. Meaning, Well, you're sitting there, you're tracking how fast the car is going by, right? With a mathematical equation, and it's giving you a number, right? So right now, price is going by your screen, like price is moving by. Price is moving, and you have a gun, you're trying to track it and get information. Your gun is the charts, right? Focused on the chart, and they're extrapolating all the data for you and then presenting it to you in a way of candles. Price action isn't a candle. Price action is just moving, right? But all these candles, and so once the information is displayed, all right, the faster it's moving. So price action just does this sideways all day. You can watch the 1 hour, 15. Price action starts to drop like this, go sideways, drop again. I mean, you need the 1 minute time frame because you can't see what's happening. It's happening too fast, all right? So you do need different time frames for different reasons. If you really want to trade, if you want to have all the toolkits of a trader and be ready to rock at different times. If you want to trade Forex, if you want to trade the stock market, if you want to trade any market in the world, you definitely want to be, you want to look at your weekly, look at a macro, make sure the weekly looks good. Once the weekly looks good, be like, all right, look for a macro uptrend. Once you're in a macro uptrend, like right now we're in a macro uptrend. Until we break those bigger ideas, I know we're in a macro uptrend. So I have that in the back of my head, as people are getting super bearish, as like I stack more Bitcoin, right? So, yeah, anyway. So I see the bullish divergence there on the 4 hour time frame. It's pretty strong. That's definitely a swing down. This is definitely a slight swing to the upside. It could negate it if we get one more dump down and then they'll both be down, right? But right now, you have a bullish divergence on a pretty big, and on a very big time frame, right? So one thing I just saw that, maybe I've mentioned, but shoulder kind of, could that be a head and shoulder pattern too? And then this bigger one. So that's some bearishness that I'm looking at. I'll keep that in the back of my mind. But at the end of the day, I'm going to leave Bitcoin alone one more time. Well, this is the total market cap, so it's just like Bitcoin, since the dominance is so big. But I expect somewhat of a bounce here off this divergence. At least back to this point of control, back to this area of liquidity. Maybe even to 113. But we didn't lose 1112. We bounced. And we didn't lose 1111. And we still have a few levels before we would lose $1 trillion market cap. To me, I don't want to lose $1 trillion market cap. Got to stay above $1 trillion market cap. That's like the most important thing for me. You know what I mean? Red Man, should I be mining? But yeah, dessert. Maybe we hit cold days. What's good, lifer? Cheers from Cyprus. Got 7 card rig pushing 1800 watts. For me, it's either run the rig or run my central air unit until I can build a 30 amp dedicated to pull that extra bedroom, but cost $2K. Amen. Man, the mining woes. Let's rock it. Shout out to my man, Board Type Crow in the house. We love you, brother. Thank you for the awesome dinners in Miami. Hey, man, this gap down does not appear on all exchanges. You can check some other ones. I didn't see a gap down, technically. Anyway, and I don't know exactly what he's talking about either, Let's take a look at the S&P futures today. If they slumped a little bit too, because the dollar got a little bit of a pump, you would expect it. Yeah, they got a little bit of a pullback. I still see it in this bullish megaphone finding its way. Kind of has a diamond, though. That has some diamond vibes. I'm bidding on my first investment property this week. I'm a bit nervous. 5 units, right? Wish me luck. I hope it goes well. You never know. I'm getting involved into real estate. First time in my life, But one of my good friends, that's what he does for a living. And we've been hanging out a lot. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. Bearish divergence too. Look at this on the 4 hour, right? What you could say played out, and then it got bounced up by the support. Technically fell, it already played out, and support took it. See, divergence is as strong as the support and resistance behind it. Previous resistance becomes new support for the S&P. 4 hour coming back down. Daily looking okay though, and still hanging out pretty close to the 200 SMA. Eventually these will have to get tight, but it looks like there's a little more movement coming out of the daily time frame. I'll watch that 4 hour time frame for a bit of a reset. 1 hour seems to have caught it as well. Chance you're looking at this pattern now too. get that move on out of here to the upside. S&P is still looking pretty bullish. You know, it is down 13 points, you know. So it's somewhat correlated to Bitcoin today, but not, you know, not hurt so bad. So Litecoin got that huge spike up from 89 to 93, made people excited. I don't. People get so excited over the smallest pumps, right? Let's take a look at Litecoin right now, because a few people asked. So I saw it in this. That's even like confusing to me. Let me get rid of all that. All right, we clearly have this big boy support and resistance right there. And we're kind of hanging on it. And then we came to this area. Previous resistance became support. 63 got a nice bounce off of in March. 63 was actually a really nice place to get into Litecoin. It's up 50% since then. In total, it was almost up 100 at 112. Now, pre-halving. The halving, I believe, is in like 2 days. It might even be tomorrow. Right? But we have the nice hash countdown for you right here. It's in 23 hours. Right? It's funny. I remember watching this 90 days, 60 days. 23 hours. August 2nd comes the halving for Litecoin. It's always fun when a halving comes. Every time Litecoin has its halving, about a couple weeks before, it hits a peak and then gets sold off. So that's what everyone's kind of looking for, to be honest. But it will also follow Bitcoin. If Bitcoin finds some support and gets a move here, Litecoin could get a move. So to me, the daily's in a falling wedge, getting more overbought. See, Bitcoin's oversold. You can see they are somewhat uncorrelated right now in oscillation. Four-hour in that nice little flag. And so I just set some more support and resistance lines here. That makes sense to me. Litecoin, man. Slapping moving averages back on. Pull up Fibonacci. You came pretty close to a 618 golden pocket. You almost kind of came right into the golden, just a little piece into that golden pocket. Bounce back up. 1, 2, 3. You're holding that, what's called a point of control, really nicely. You could say you're kind of tight in that little symmetrical triangle in here, you know. Litecoin. 4 hours suggests you're going to get a pump, right? Just kind of like Bitcoin. Bitcoin gets that reversal, you know, and Litecoin gets it back above 96 and uses that as support. So you want to see Litecoin flip 96. If Litecoin flip 96, chance it could go up a little more, possibly to 105, even higher, right? It's a falling wedge that could break to the upside over time. We recently nailed Litecoin. We just kind of traded it from the bottom to the top there on the 3L token, but it gave all the gains back, you know, not too far, so. I see a move possibly on the 4-hour time frame, but the bigger time frames are not amazing. Is Litecoin going to pump even more? To me, it all depends on what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin slumps, Litecoin slumps with it. They're brother and sister. They'll be somewhat uncorrelated, but for the most part, they'll eventually move together. Just what's going to happen, you know? You want to see Litecoin break back above 95, 96, really. That would be beautiful. And get above the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame. Then I would consider longing it again, but not until then. The stochastic suggests that it's very possible, and you got lack of bearish momentum in the MACD, and you get above that point of control on the 4-hour time frame, you can definitely get up there. And you've got a falling wedge that could break to the upside, and you've been respecting this trend line for whatever reason. So there's some bullishness on this 4-hour time frame. I would watch the 4-hour. If it can get us that move back above the yellow 200 SMA and 96, chance Litecoin actually continues to the upside a little bit here and gets a little bit of a bullish move. Looking at lovely Eno, could it bounce back out of here after a massive dump? Fibonacci level all the way back to the 886 retracement. Usually you do get a bounce back from that, but that's a high risk coin. Just something that I saw people asking me about the other day, but I haven't traded it or touched it. So, all right. Hey Sam, what about Litecoin? Litecoin's all right. You know, I'm in my work truck and it's a bit noisy, but I don't usually have an issue hearing him. Might be time for some new earbuds. I just took 100% gains on KEKE on MEXC. Thanks, Sam, and the whole crew. Let's take a look at KEKE. KEKE. Wow, that thing pumped hard. I mean, it had tight moving averages, right? You could say it kind of double bottomed there. That thing just went out of control. Banged on them. Yeah, I didn't see it, but it had a rounded bottom, tight moving averages, high risk coin for sure, man. Nice grab though. Good for you. MEXC is the place to be. I mean, they have coins that nobody has access to. Nobody. So I'm looking at Immutable X here, and you know, shoulder, bit of a head, kind of a right shoulder here, and I see one of them here too as well. It's getting talked about a lot. There's got a bit of a buzz here. I'm watching it at this secondary high. A lot of times the second high could give us a push to the higher high. I like this project long term, and I believe it's something you definitely want to read about, and it could take the forefront of the metaverse, and I believe it also has roll-ups. So Immutable X kind of has a lot going for it. Roll-ups and the metaverse, and the team's strong, and they've been building. So it has new tech, it has good narrative, and it could do damage. I'm thinking of possibly building a position. I've always wanted to, and I waited and waited, and now, I mean, 36 cents. It's like half from its lowest it's ever been. Sad thing is, it goes to 360. That's a 10x. It goes to $3.60. You're only getting a 5x, right? Such a difference between getting in at the very lows, but it's hard to buy at the low. If you don't, unless I love a project, I can't buy the lows of it. It's just how it is for me, right? But I would definitely write IMX on your radar. Also, it looks like it has some bit of a buzz just in the next few weeks for some swing. So Immutable X on the radar. Strong coin compared to a lot. All right. Super chats, BRISE from yesterday. I believe we did go over BRISE though. Maybe not. I remember going over BRISE. But BitGert on MEXC, BitRise. That's funny. Why is it BitRise on? That's weird. You saw that? Are these two different coins? BitRise and BitGert? Hold on, let's see. Because right now it's 335. Hold on, that will bug me out. They're almost the same price, but this is BitGert. The other one calls it BitRise. It's interesting. Or BitRise. I mean, we took it for gains. The daily's overbought, right? It made a very low bottom, double bottomed out of it. Daily's very overbought. So you'd wait for that daily to reset on the stochastics. You know, set a Fibonacci and a flag. This was trending pretty nicely too for a while. But I wait. It looks like it has to retest again. Possibly even this area right there. You know, it got a nice pump up, but you know, it's very overbought in the daily with some bearish. I'd be careful of that. Didn't get above a point of control and got rejected by the 200 SMA. Like it got sunned. It was like, nah, you can't. Right? I put it out recently, BRISE, and apparently the coins are acting like a different name, but they look very similar. It is the same coin. I mean, here's your double bottom, the same price action. Slightly off in price though. There's a little bit of arbitrage there, right? So we had this in this flag, but you can kind of see, look, the Adam and Eve double top here. We take this away now as it broke this channel. Bit of an Adam and Eve double top, right? I don't like these. These are, I've been seeing these everywhere, and they've been breaking to the downside. And technically, you know, you lost this. This was in a nice little channel. It retested. It broke down. And like I showed you, that daily just looks like it needs to reset. So I'd pull a fib on this, and I would be wary of it until it can come back down to a 618 and reset. And it changed from when I last put it out, because if I see something and we lose the trend line, it changes the pattern, and then that negates the whole setup, right? Well, it could be a nice cup and handle pending after it comes down to the 618 Fibonacci level and then gets a nice move to the upside. So I'll put an alert on it in a week or two, or maybe less than that. I'll get an alert and I'll know, and I'll see, you know, 4 or 5 days from now. All right. Yeah, Bitcoin at 28,800, really just still sitting at 28,800 flat. Pretty flat price action during these sessions lately from 10 to 12 o'clock. COTI blast off. Really? COTI. I used to hold some COTI back in the day. I got into the COTI train. I'm off it now. Isn't that funny? You ever notice when you're on a coin, like you love it, then you get off, like eventually you sell it or you don't use it, you don't like it, it's not just not your coin anymore, and you're just like, oh yeah, I remember when I used to actually look at that coin and care about it. Now I'm like, it's just another coin. It's like an ex-girlfriend, you know? Just another coin in the game. Previous bounce, resistance, back to the downside here on the 22-hour time frame. You're low with a double bottom here. I mean, tough price action right off the bat. I mean, for me, you got to get back above this resistance. You know, you got to flip the 200 SMA. You know, you flip the 200 SMA, you know, here, like things were going well, but you kept losing the 200 SMA. Eventually, you'll flip it and get back above it. To me, you got to love the project. You got to believe in it. This isn't a Casper. This isn't a Caspa. Caspa's been hot. It's a completely different, on a completely different trajectory. It's in its own bull market. You know, we got a few coins that have been doing that, but COTI ain't one of them, right? So when you look at COTI, you're asking yourself, all right, its previous lows, still up from its 19 lows, which is great. If you held for 4 years, you're still up. I mean, that's, you know, some people are still in position. But like 1, 2, 3, 4, it's for me, it's likely to just kind of make a slow bull out of here for the next, you know, year really. So that and then October 2024, that's when things really start to get crazy. About a year after the halving, you should start to get into the rippage, right? So for me, I mean, you got a major resistance here that you're setting into motion. Even right here, you're attempting to get back above it. Sending good vibes, Sammy. Love you, brother. Sending gratitude and healing to your mom, and gratitude and appreciation to your pops. Always love your energy. Options on XMR look to be in a good range. Opinions on XMR. Oh, we'll take a look at Monero. Well, Monero's getting used too. More people are talking about Monero. Houdini swap too that came out that I started looking at. Just more people talking about Monero, right? So that daily looks like it wants to aggressively push to the upside on COTI. I'll give you that. And you got yourself a double bottom. So technically, you do have a measured move back to this high volume node. I could see it, and then you're going to deal with this resistance area because there's some chop there. You could move pretty fast because you move down pretty fast. You know, high risk, high reward, but the daily isn't a double bottom. All right, but that took guts to buy COTI down there. If you don't want to hold it long term and you were just trying to swing trade it, I believe it took guts. All right. Let's take a look at our baby Monero. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Let's shout you out yet again. DJ on the super chat, $9.99. That's a decent super chat, man. Thank you very much. $21 in chat revenue, 585 people on the live, 303 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. I avoided FTX, just like I avoided many crazy you know, you're funny. I avoided FTX too, man. I never used it. Now that BitBoy talked about Casper, our secret is out. GF Burke, man. He talked about Casper today. Have no fear. I am now here. Shout out to Manny Emmanuel, we love you. Intuition is a beautiful thing. Digital orgy. So funny. New monthly candle. Sure, baby. I know. We're back on a new monthly. Can you believe that? Let's take a look at Monero. Monero's on MEXC. All right. Been on MEXC. MEXC's been around since 2020. Maybe even 2019. 5-year anniversary was MEXC. So it's been a fun ride with MEXC. I mean, always a new exchange coming out there. And remember, we also got ZoomX. If you want to jump on in, we got a ZoomX link as well. Super chats, Bitcoin Cash, Lakochi Coker. Let me take a look at the funding here. And shout out to anyone that funded. My man Sean Black. Can you look at Bitcoin Cash? We'll take a look at that. Shout out to Jimmy Price. What up, lifers? Missed last week. Just got back from my honeymoon in Jamaica. Glad to be back with the lifers. Stanford Mindco LLC. With the honeymoon, getting married. And we're going to like that. We're going to like Sean Black. Thank you Bitcoin Cash, Little Time Mining. Enjoy your day. You enjoy your day, bro. God bless you. And DJ, and everyone that gives on the channel, even if you just write a comment or if you give me your most precious asset, which is your time. God bless all of you for doing that. I greatly appreciate it. So spread the life or love. Blow up the comments. If you're watching the other channels, let them know they're missing out on the best EA in the game. Seize the day. I love you, brother. Hey, boss, can you check STMX USD? Yep. It's funny you said that. I've been noticing people trade that recently on and off. All right. So Monero attempting to find its bottom, right? I mean, it came down to the 786 retracement, came back above it. It's usually pretty much the lowest it's going to go. 100, it's still holding 162. Old Monero, man. I remember when Monero was 80 bucks, 60 bucks, 50 bucks. When I started watching it way back in the day, it was even, maybe it was even 10 bucks or 12 bucks. I got into the game in 2016 watching CoinMarketCap, and you would not believe the prices back then. They were insane. You can go to historical snapshots, and it's so amazing. And I relive my life, you know, like May of 2016. Bitcoin's $450. I mean, I remember getting emails when Bitcoin was $350. The market cap of Bitcoin was only 7 billion. That's crazy, right? Like, ETH was only a $700 million market cap. It hadn't even hit $1 billion yet. It was crazy, man. Dogecoin was it wasn't even close to 1/10 of a penny yet. Monero was 91 cents. All right. If you've been holding Monero since then, you're up 120x right now. Right? Yes, it's been 7 years, but imagine being up 120x in 7 years. Some people are still holding these coins, and they're probably up huge. Storage Coin X. See, that's the same storage that guy talked about from back in the day. But these, I mean, this doesn't give you goosebumps, right? I was buying red coin back then. This coin right here. So funny. There's so many tiny little coins that nobody knew about. Union Coin, Crypto Night. Oh my gosh. Look, tons of these coins are gone. Never to be here again. Disappeared. Never made it. You know? Just dust in the wind. Pretty crazy, right? Steam was the hottest thing back then. BitShares, Factum, Monero. Vertcoin was hot. I don't know if Vertcoin had even come out yet. This is crazy. But I get goosebumps. I get into the market. Bitcoin's $351 when I first hear the word Bitcoin. Bitcoin was $351. I still can't believe it. Cryptocurrency, man. Litecoin was $5. I was telling everyone it was only 3 coins on Coinbase. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin that you could buy on the Coinbase app. That was it. It was fascinating. What a time to be alive. Anyway, Elon could have bought up all the available Bitcoin in 2016 with that 7 billion market cap. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Like, some billionaire could have bought all of the Bitcoin in existence, but they didn't know. They just didn't know. So BRISE looks like it has some more downside to me to the 618 Fibonacci level. All right. And we got Bitcoin Cash. Sorry, that was one of the first ones. I did not see it, but we got you. We got you. And if you have to leave, you send it a super chat, you don't get it, you think you missed it, come back an hour later and look for the timestamp, and you'll probably see your timestamp ready to go. And you'll be all excited, like, oh, there it is. You know, I like what Bitcoin Cash is doing. It's been consolidating nicely after that massive pump to the upside. Massive pump. Beautiful pump. So when Fibonacci's matter, you're at a 382. Could go lower. You finally did interact with the 21 SMA, which is good. You may come, it's interesting. Usually that's a little more slanted, but it shows signs of bullishness. 3-day chart is resetting. I'd almost wait for that. The 2-day chart looks pretty good. 4-hour also looks interesting to me. May reset a little more to the bottom of the pattern, but this is something I'm going to put an alert on. 2 ways I trade these things. retest and breakdown. So it breaks down, great place, breaks out, retest either that fib or this area. And what will happen is it usually pump up and retest on the Stokes. Or here it could go down a little lower and just dump down, and then we'll have an oversold stochastic. So I'm looking for two of those things because I watch them all the time. So I set alert on Bitcoin Cash. This thing looks interesting to me. If anything could pump, it could be Bitcoin Cash. It's had a lot of movement. It's pumped up, and there could be whales getting in because they know it's on that big exchange, right? That new weird Fidelity exchange, EDX or whatever it is. That's going to have some movement, right? $460 for Bitcoin Cash on the radar. May get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. Every single day on the live, I appreciate you more than you would ever know. And you never know what's going to happen on the live stream. You never know who's going to show up. You never know what's going to go down. Everybody, I'm on the lookout for a passionate social media intern to join us and be an integral part of our community and the lifer journey. If you're a creative mind who's genuinely enthusiastic about my content and crypto, this could be an incredible opportunity for you to gain real-world experience and work closely with me and my team, gaining valuable experience in a new media company setting. You'll be encouraged to think out the box, have your own ideas, create engaging scripts, and interact with our fantastic community, leveraging the content we produce and combining it in ways I can't imagine. If you have what it takes and you know how to make all the main social media platforms work for us, then hit up Zeno on the Lifer Discord or email us at cryptolifers@gmail. All right. Greatly appreciate it. So today I'll be on Around the Blockchain as well. Catch me on Around the Blockchain. I can't wait to see you there. We're going to have fun as we do every single week on Around the Blockchain. Changing up my days. Used to be Thursday, but changing it up. And I think we're also going to be Mondays next week after this, but we'll find out. The CAS founder is found in the ETH white paper. I know. Elon makes the average person's head explode. They can't comprehend that his motivations aren't always about money or power. At the same time, to be the richest person in the world. I know, right? Like, he doesn't care about money and then ends up with all the money. Well, that's kind of how it works, right? Digital orgy, that's irrelevant to the point I'm making. People don't get dank memes. My average brain can't comprehend. Sorry, Jamie. Elon's so rich, he's the richest. He could be 200. He could be 100, sure. He could be top 100 for sure. I was like, what is he saying? Mantle, the second on CoinGecko layer 2 category. Mantle, I think I looked at Mantle like a few weeks back. MNT, right? Someone asked about it on the channel. I can't remember though. I don't think. $1.6 billion market cap, pretty big, right? So the market cap's really big already. Like, could you 20x from there? It's on Bybit, GateAO. It's on MEXC, MNT. A layer 2 chain on Ethereum, which recently launched its mainnet alpha. It uses optimistic rollups to enable faster and cheaper transactions, meaning it bundles many together and executes them off-chain, while still verifying them on-chain. This way, Mantle can process faster and cheaper transactions while still being compatible with Ethereum. It developed a BitDAO, a decentralized autonomous organization founded by Bybit, one of the leading crypto derivatives. Mantle plans to launch various products. Probably will do pretty good since Bybit launched it and they got a lot of money. You know, I just make that connection there. But got a big market cap. Mantle. Mass adoption of token-governed technologies with Mantle Network and Ethereum rollup, Mantle Treasury, and a token holder governed roadmap for products and initiatives. It all sounds so good, but what does it really do? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I mean, it's going to scale with rollups through Ethereum, but what differentiates it from another coin, right? They got Mantle NFT as well. MakerDAO putting in that work on that 5-minute chart. We'll take a look at it in a second. But I like Maker, man. This actually was the hot coin of the day in the trading group, so I didn't want to show it because I wanted to keep my chart, you know. Chart looks ridiculous right now for Mantle. Came back up and got rug pulled. I don't know, 51 cents, went to a high of 60. Yeah, maybe just came out on MEXC like July 17th. So, hey, it's something new that we didn't know about. You can write it down. Now you know about Mantle. Thank you for giving us Mantle. Appreciate you, brother. AGIX back at 21 cents. Anytime AGIX continues to dump, I continue to grab some more AGIX. I believe this is going to be the coin to have in the portfolio at one point. It's just slowly consolidating now, finding its way. It could go lower. That's fine for me. AGIX. Again, I go over to MEXC, where it's 0 spot maker and taker fees, and jump on in. All right. Go here to spot. 0 spot maker and taker fees. Link in the description below. The other day I went to buy Bitcoin, bought $5,000 worth. Ended up overpaying an exorbitant amount that was just ridiculous. My trade is gone. You see, I sold it at 270. I still got $3,000 in the till, right? So I go to AGIX right here. And not a lot, like 200, 250 a day. I just grab little bits. They add up. You do this 10 times, that's $2,500. You do it 20 times. And then when it gets really low, like a real nasty day, I'll up the ante. I'll up the ante to 1,000, you know? But I just keep buying more AGIX on the low when no one's paying attention, you know? That's what I do. I love these red days for just grabbing a little bit of the coins that matter to me. And you got to focus on the same coins too, over and over again, in my humble opinion. You know? Just want to snatch a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit. Like, I'll grab a little Casper right now. See? I just snatch the coins that matter. I like wild too, wild. And you got to pick your coins, I've learned. And you got to be focused on your bags. And you just keep doing this while no one's paying attention. And you just keep grabbing a little bit and a little bit more. And some days when it's heavy, 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 you just go a little harder. Right? And this is what's called dollar cost averaging. All right? You're building bags. People think this is easy, but it's not, because you have to buy when it's nasty. You have to buy when most people are freaking out. You have to have conviction in what you're buying. No, but you don't. Everyone thinks it's easy at 100x, but it's not. 50x, 30x. Most people won't do it because they won't. Number one, they'll buy something. Once it's up 2 or 3x, they're out. They're freaking out. You know, to hold for a 10x takes time. Takes patience, and you really have to believe in it. You have to study market caps. You have to study where the markets are. You have to have somewhat of a projection of where the overall market would be, like the total market cap. And then you want to kind of play with that. Like back when I was in the game, I mean, the market cap wasn't even $1 billion, right? It was tiny. I mean, it wasn't even $1 trillion. It was, I think, 100 billion at one point. When I started, the market was $100 billion. And I watched it get to like half, and then I watched it hit $1 trillion. And then we lost it all. And we came all the way back down, and then we came back up, and then we hit 3 trillion. And now our low is 1 trillion. You see, like that's our bear market, is $1 trillion. I mean, there was a time when we all would just dreamed of being $1 trillion market cap. So when the market cap finally hit $1 trillion, it was like we were freaking out. Like we were like, wow, we're in a real asset class now. They're going to take us seriously. The world will listen, you know? So you're still so early if you're jumping on in. 539 early beautiful souls on the live stream. You are so early right now. Trust me. You are so early when it comes to cryptocurrency. There's so much time to make money and get down. Did I really buy WorldCoin right now? Hold up. Maybe I did. Let me just double check. He's probably right on the live. I've done some silly things on the live. Oh yeah, 282. Is that WorldCoin? Sell that thing immediately. Hold up. Let me sell all that. Yeah. Let me sell all that. That's the funniest thing ever. Let me sell all that immediately. I want nothing to do with that horrible coin. That's so funny. Thank you. Yes, wild. God bless you, brother. Which is 30 cents. I should have paid attention to the actual price, right? When I'm live streaming, sometimes I get a little hype. And then I'll buy the wild, right? Yeah. Yeah, I usually overpay on my DCAs because I just want to get them done. Thank you for doing that, man. I hope I get out of this wild position eventually. God bless you, man. You have to keep your eyes peeled for WorldCoin. I know, right? Dude, it was trying to get me, man. It was trying to get me, Jamie. They were trying to get me in there, man. So Monero's pulled back beautifully to the 786 Fibonacci. It's starting to do a rounded bottom, which is a good sign. So you want to see if one of these flags could break out to the upside. Technically, it was in a falling wedge. You know, with I feel like it broke out. See that? Like that's technically a breakout. You could try to put that in there, but you know, to me it broke out. And now it's kind of going more sideways. 2-day chart looks to me like this flag may break to the upside. Technically, like, you know, it's watching that Bitcoin flag in a way. But Monero's been bullish, though. There's just a little more buzz for Monero recently. I own a bunch of Monero that I can't access. I put them on I downloaded the entire blockchain, added them to my ledger, downloaded like the Nano, because they have their own wallet, Monero wallet, but you can attach it to the ledger. And I got the password and everything, and they work, and then I just never get the Monero. It's kind of sad. It's like 12 Monero, right? So Bitcoin broke the bear flag. 15 minutes should push lower. Here we go. 28K incoming. 28,770 for BTC. Let's take a look here on Binance. On Binance. She said Binance. Remember that? Do you remember that when she said Binance? The congresswoman? On Binance. He has all this stuff on Binance. And I was like, are you serious? Like, you just called it Binance? Like, are you kidding me? No, that's like got descending triangle vibes, you know? For sure. Even if you just cut that top off a little bit. Bear City, man. Divergence, though, somewhat strong divergence. 15 minute. Attempting to hold a bullish, but nah, it got resistance. That's like a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. You see it? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Dumpage. James Schwigan Jr. gifted 5 lifer memberships. God bless you, James. You didn't have to do such a nice thing, but you did it. May you stay happy and blessed for the rest of the day. Imagine when those silver orbs are combined with AI and flying around trying to scan people when they aren't paying attention. And shout out to Ian Diaz, John Shanks, my man Crypto Street King, RP, Darth Dude 73, and BG. Sean, we love you. Please know, got so many movies, those kind of things don't turn out good. UFO confirmed. I know, right? Yeah, Bitcoin wanting to drop lower, and it's headed lower. And there you go. To the downside. Bitcoin dropping nicely out of this flag. And it lost the support zone, 28,006. Wow, nice drop. Come on, baby. Come on. We're expecting to hit this target here, 28,349. I've been bearish since we lost 30,300. I've been a bear. I hate to be a bear, but I've been a bear. I've been whatever I had to be. Whatever the markets gave me, I had to be it, you know? I mean, major resistance now for Bitcoin. We can drag this lower here. 28,900 now is resistance for BTC. Got to buy up wick, but man. Thank you so much for the new membership. We love you. We appreciate you. Adam Wild. To the downside. I know, right? I'm off to the gym, friends. Have a good one. Darth Dude, I love you, brother. Give it your all, man. Have the best, like, push every single thing you have. Because you can go to the gym. You can work out. Sometimes it can be harder. It can be better. Nice recovery back to the upside at 28,740 for Bitcoin, right? Getting bought back up. Very oversold on these time frames. Let's see if that 4-hour divergence really changes. Really kind of still, I could still see it as a 4-hour divergence, technically. I mean, but look, we came to 28,715 like we were supposed to. Now we lose this, we go to 28,200. It's just the facts. There is 28.5. There's a little bit of chop right there, 28.5. Chris Ghost, we love you, man. Props to James for those 5 memberships. What a nice dude, right? Took some gains and paid it forward, man. Thank you, man. God bless you, man. Appreciate it. That's why you don't long big time frames. Like I said, I like the 4 hour could bounce back up, but the smaller time frames are going to tell you what's going to happen. Look at that insane wick on the 1 hour. And you technically, you just formed a bullish divvy on the 1 hour time frame. See that? You're right back to kind of where you were. You're not that, I mean, that was an insane liquidation. They just went and liquidated all the longs at that level. See, that guy got his order filled. See, I told you, whenever you see orders on Bookmap, he got his order, 28.5. All day we sat there at the beginning of the live, and I said, man, he's got the biggest order down there. He's likely going to bring the price down to 28,500. Squeeze those longs, right? Come right back up. Look, we're right back up to 28,000 now. Bing, bong. So crazy. Today's like a false move Monday. Now, that is a divergence, technically. Now the candle's even disappearing. I can't even almost call it a divergence. It's weird. Price action, I'm not going to lie to you, has been insane lately. Like, it's been very, very weird. Not going to lie. Like, not going to sit there straight face and make, oh, yeah, like, happens all the time. Like, this stuff has been wacky. Absolutely wacky. Like, it's been hard chop with low volume. It's been tough trading. The good thing is we can see the strong coins that matter and that are, you know, like I pointed this out earlier today. It's already up for gains. I pointed out this inverted head and shoulder. I only put out one call this morning in the trading group. I don't like to bombard you guys when I see the market's not amazing, but I know I can still find gains, you know? Also, the trading group's been insane. If I showed you what happened last night, you wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't. But this is an ad for the trading group alone. I wake up this morning and I see what they're doing at 2:25 in the morning. This guy's up 233% on comp. All right, let it go, baby. And he's not up a small amount. I mean, he's up $100. This guy's up $100 on CRV with $5 because he used the old skill, right? The old liquidation skill there idea. The $1 200x leverage trader, right? And he let it run. I mean, this $5 turned into 2,700% gains. He made $143 off of $5. Like, he paid for the group in a month for $5. I mean, you never see this stuff. So, and this is what he learned in the leverage trading group. So we do leverage trade here in the trading group. When the market's flat, you need leverage trading because there's not a lot of movement. So enough movement is enough movement. So you can take a 1% gain and turn it into a 10% gain. All right. AGIX went ballistic from 7 all the way to 11. AGIX just exploding. That's amazing. That's weird. I wish I could help him. Like, none of his, it's weird. And this dude, just Crypto Dom, just loves to make gains. He shorted Bitcoin, 29.5. Took his time, made $14,000 today. Or yesterday. $14,000. One trade, 60% gains, 25x leverage. Absolutely insane. Shout out to you, my man. Doing damage. Making serious gains in the trading group, right? My man Crypto Dom. Patience. He must have sat in that trade for a while before he finally got paid. I wonder if he held it till it got down lower right now, right? So if you want to be in the most active trading group that trades all coins, all sorts of stuff, right? And you can see, like, look at MakerDAO just pumped. I didn't put out any trades today in the trading group except for this possible scalp on Maker, all right, on the 15-minute. And there was a likelihood this was going to make a move to the upside. Look at that pump. I mean, beautiful pump to the upside. It doesn't have to be a lot to make gains. You know, once you're good at spot, you can translate that information across to futures. All right. MakerDAO, baby. MakerDAO. And we'll look at Maker here on KuCoin. I mean, blasted to the upside. Called it, like, before it happened. Yeah, it's 2%, but that could be a 20% gain on 10x leverage. It's also not a loss when the market's being sketch, and it's a nice move to the upside, right? And it was supposed to happen, right? Shout out to anyone that saw that or took a call with me. Appreciate it, man. And you can see I posted it. This is what I love about my trading group. Possible scalp for Maker at 8:54 in the morning. I don't want to bombard you. Perfect entry down there too. for the move to the upside for Maker. All right. Oh, yeah. So actually, it's more gains because I positioned us at the bottom of the channel there at the right, you know, up 4% for Maker. And that may not be done yet. There could be some more gains coming out of Maker. I mean, he may have been in that trade for a couple of days. So he may not have made 14K overnight, but he was in that trade for a couple of days. And he's using, you can see, he's using about $30,000 to $40,000 at 25x leverage. Now they went and grabbed the shorts at 28,820. Look at them. This is a false. I mean, this is insane. Just liquidating people left and right. But I did feel like that area was a good place to enter along. You know what I mean? As they were liquidating 28.5s. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. My Maker trade, which is crazy. Look, see, like, I mean, this is when I have no liquidation on it. It's up 654%, but it's only up $6. But still, $6 on $1, and then you sell it. You do that 10 times, you now have a $60 portfolio. All right, and you can slowly build. I mean, that over time makes money. You know what I mean? But Maker DAO blasting to the upside, right? 200% leverage, 600% gains on Maker DAO. Again, I mean, you could use smaller or lesser amounts. It all depends, right? Could you peek at XRP, please? You know the one, the standard. I love you, brother. The standard. XRP, the standard. Remember, that's what it was back in the day. That's how you know you're an OG. XRP, the standard, right? It was all about the standard. XRP, the standard, right? Six to 1. Yeah, man. That's crazy gains, man. You're funny. If you're not paying fees, it's a no-brainer. Could you peek at XRP, please? You know the one. Yeah. Storage boss, my man. I never seen this happen yet. Wow. That's insane gains. Austin is taking a summer break. Not doing lives anymore, man. Funny. XRP. One with the written clarity. You know the one. Let's take a look at what's going on with XRP. Let's break it down. It's called Ripple, they say. Is that the one they talk about? That Ripple coin causing all that nonsense? Stirring up all that controversy, that Rippley dough. Well, look at it on Binance, just because it has so much price action on Binance, right? Shout out to anyone. I mean, we nailed that. Look, I had never even looked at this since I last put it out. But we had this set up right here, just like this, cup and handle. I mean, still in gains of 46%. That setup that I put out. I was one of the only people calling that a cup and handle. Sammy, cup and handle to the upside. And we nailed it. Absolutely blasted it. You know? Now 700% gains. It's just insane, right? Only on the live, baby. Only on the live. Shout out to the 500 people strong on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We're getting massive liquidations here. And remember, I have pinned. Join the trading group if you want these gains. If you want to learn how to leverage trade like that. You want to learn 600% gains. And there's other people in my trading group. He had $5. He turned it into $143. We're not trying to tell you you're going to make thousands of bucks. We're not, but we're watching people slowly chip away and make gains. They're understanding concepts. They're learning with a demo account. They're using the demo account for a month straight. They're understanding new concepts. They're learning and teaching themselves new ideas. They're expanding their brain. They're getting excited. And they're using those concepts to make gains in the trading group. All right? And there's all different types of stuff going on in there. Anyway, I'm going to delete all the work, but that's set in stone. That was my setup, baby. We nailed it. We had that before it happened, the cup and handle. And I was drawing the ascending triangle. And then boom, to the upside. Beautiful move for XRP. So here's the deal. We got a bottom for XRP at 11 cents on this chart. We got a secondary bottom in this market at about 30 cents. Hasn't gone lower than that. We then had a serious resistance we couldn't get back above at 55 cents. We blasted through that. Okay. Anything a little bit above that right here, we got some action that could stop us from moving further down at about 64 cents. All right. I like it. And then a resistance up here at about 86 cents. And then we got resistance, resistance. Now, generally speaking, XRP can move pretty nicely through the zone. All right? Very nicely through the zone. Right? So, that's not going to be that hard once it can get back above 86 cents for it to continue up to $1.20. I mean, I like to see that. That's a good sign. And it's now forming a new base. So we just have to find out where this base will be. The weekly, a little overbought, needs to reset. And it could take, a couple months to find this base. So you're just resetting, technically, in my humble opinion. Can't hurt to draw a fib from that little wick to this wick, in my humble opinion. And then, a 618er. 618, 618 Fibonacci retracement level is likely where we need the bounce. And if we can just get the bounce off 64, I mean, it would be textbook, support and resistance flip. We may have to come down lower, hit that 786 and bounce off 55 cents. That would be as scary as it would be. Like, it wouldn't be as fun. It would be stronger because we get that support. Wow, Bitcoin just pirouetting to 28,880, back to where it was. Insane. That was just a liquidity grab for Bitcoin. Things are getting out of control today. Out of control. I'm amazed already at BTC. I see a reversal on the 4-hour time frame. I really do. Right? And you probably call me crazy for it, but look at that wick too. But I do see a reversal, and these prices to me are just good times to buy BTC. I'm with you, Sam. Scorpion, wow, Bitcoin. XRP had escrow release last night, 1 billion. We still haven't made a new low since the pump. At this point, anything under 4 cents is a steal. 4 cents? I don't know what you're talking about. Matic and Lcoin, nice movement today. Yeah, Matic had some nice movement too. But that is a bullish hammer, all right? When you get a big push up like that, it's a bullish hammer, all right? And again, you do see a bullish divergence here. That's still there. It's not easy to see. It's right here on the 4-hour time frame. Swinging down while that swings up. That is a bullish divergence. We should break these two highs here. It's technically cat ears. Hard to see, but it was cat ears, right? And then the move to the downside. That was cat ears. I missed it. See how it looks like a pair of cat ears and usually get this little spot and then the drop. It's my favorite pattern too, and I missed my cat ear pattern. Crazy. But you can look up cat ears. They're fun. And you can learn something new. So the falling wedge fell down, broke back to the... This is insane. Falling wedges should break up 68% of the time. You had a bullish divergence on the 15. Look, swing down to swing down. Now that you close that candle, that swings up, that swings down. You got to get above resistance. It's all this is just nil if Bitcoin can't get back above 28,900 at least, right? This is all just chop. It's almost making an Adam and Eve double bottom here. Like, does it does it chop around a little bit more? Honestly, if I told you I knew where price action was going, I'd be a liar. Look at this. Look at what just happened. Look at this. This is insanity. This is absolute insanity. This will give you gray hairs, right? Over and over again. Nobody knows exactly how to, Now, if you were able to snatch that wick, probably a good time to take some profit if I was in a crazy trade, So. Wow, the maker trade. And then you can just... That's pretty crazy, right? Oh, I see what you're saying. Hold on, I want to see something. Yeah. Sorry, 1 second. I just wanted to add a stop loss to the trade. Once you have a stop loss, like what is Maker right now? Hold on 1 second. Maker is 1269. So I put a stop loss at 1250, and then I can like do whatever I want, you know? There we go. Because you just want to have a, once you're in on those, you want to have the stop, and then you want to just ride that. I mean, that's crazy. 700% gains on MakerDAO, right? It's just so nuts, man. Only lifer friend, man. I love that dude, man. Yeah. So we looked at Monero. Looks like a pump could be coming out of Monero on the 2-day chart out of this flag. That looks lovely to me, honestly. We know that we got strong coins with MakerDAO, right? We know DeFi is showing strength. And we talked about XRP coming back to a 618 Fibonacci level. Let's just kind of wrap up everything in a bow here today. XRP coming back to the 618 Fib and touching the 21-day moving average. Likely going to happen. 64. A rock solid area would be here at about 786. All right. Bang. MakerDAO. 731% gains. Trade closed. And I just traded that inverted head and shoulder. I was hoping to get a little more of a push down first so I could add in. That would have been a monster trade. But I get it, you know? And again, winning is better. Like, I'll consistently win. You do that 10 times, and it only took like 2 hours to make that, you know? To make $7 off $1. I just want to make that clear. All right? All right? And I'm perfecting the skill so I can use it for bigger money. Scorpion, that is not FUD. Nothing changes. The XRP is not a security ruling. Yeah. Lifer, what are your thoughts on the Bitcoin dominance flip and altcoins run here? Yeah, that was some FUD news, man. I read up on Space. I did some last night. Sounds cool. Whoever super chatted that. Space is interesting. It really is. Massive short liquidations again. People that thought they could just get that quick short. Couldn't cut it. All right. CUDOS still looking like it wants more. CUDOS in a flag there too on the 1 hour time frame. Getting a little overbought, but it's got gas on that 4 hour. The 1 hour just needs to kind of maybe reset back to the bottom of the pattern. All right. So shout out to Laura Marshall. We love you. God bless you, Laura. I heard what happened and everything. I love you. If you can hear me, I think you can. I love you so much, and I appreciate you more than you would ever know. Lifer, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin dominance flip and the altcoins run here? Watch Traders Reality later after the Tino talks about XRP. Storage in the hour, nice engulfing candle, hailing the 200 SMN. Interesting. Yeah, tonight is a full moon too, so you're gonna have that type of behavior going on. So it is what it is, baby. It is what it is. Laura. Shout out to Laura Marshall. We love you. God bless you, Laura. Man, you made me feel so good every time. And just knowing that you're around. God bless you, Laura. Thank you so much. You're a light in our lives, and you will always be forever. God bless you. God bless you. We made a community of people that's so strong and so amazing. Things I never thought humanly possible. At least I read about these types of things. I didn't know I was going to make something like this. So God is great. That's all I can say. God is great. Laura is me specialist friend. Master friend, man. My man. Moon was huge yesterday. I know, right? We love you, Laura. They said it was going to look like a full moon for 2 days, really. By 2 p.m. today, actually, right? It's funny. But how do I look at it at 2 p.m.? I don't know, but that's what they said. That's what they says over here. I don't know. You tell me. Hey. Maker down, man. Master friend in the house. Everyone respect the friend. Remember when you laughed at my short call? Matt Ski, man, why do you have to get aggressive? Deep breaths, man, please. He did have a short call, though, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to get... I mean, any call... Look, your short call that went down and back up again. I mean, no one's call was amazing today. Let's like, the market was insane. Like, I'm not even trying to say I called nothing. I mean, this was nuts. And the only thing I'm calling right now that's a possibility is this Adam and Eve double bottom here. This looks like your Adam. This looks like your Eve double bottom. Right? Right? Sometimes the moves are to make no moves at all. You know? Exactly. Matt Ski, we love you, man. Today's a coin flip. True Scorpion. I live in Los Angeles, and I can see the moon during the day, 90% of the time. Yeah, I see it a lot here, too. It happens. Wow. Back to 28,900, and this falling wedge looks like it could break up. I mean, that's kind of cup and handly. Cup with a handle. You do have a bullish divergence right there on the 15-minute. You got to break this high, and then you got to break this high right here at 29,000 to remain even slightly bullish. You can see Bookmap now has set a fat buy order, like almost a thou shalt not, you know, they're putting some orders up in here. It's crazy how we ballooned down, caught the order, ballooned back to the upside, and everything kind of got filled that we saw in the book today. Now we don't see a huge order. We don't see any huge orders up right there. We got a $29,000 order right there just sitting. 500 Bitcoins to be sold at 29,000. So we got a big order right there. That's your biggest order. We're likely to tap 29, and that might be the end of the rally. Just bing, you know. This was crazy, though. News was suspended for a second. We'll get back into the news right now. We had to suspend the news because I didn't forget about the news. I was thinking about the news the whole time. Don't get me wrong. But price action was just out of control, and I can't leave price action alone when it's doing that. Right? So that's just the one thing that I want to talk about. All right. I'll be right back with you know what. The news. That package. That news package. Not the package you're talking. Hey, don't think like that. That's horrible. Don't do that. That's wrong. I'm sorry. Hi, my name is Samuel James Price, and I do the show, the Crypto Lifer Show, every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And right now, Bitcoin is actually getting short squeezed all the way back up to 28,000 or to 29K, like we just actually said we would. Pretty interesting stuff going on right now on my live stream. But we want to talk about some news too as well. Lead Swap, which we found out was that main swap where you could get into those cool new coins on the base, the layer 2 for Ethereum, made by Coinbase, which actually had some shadiness going on with Bald Coin. And to wrap that all around, we wanted to see, you know, did Sam Bankman-Fried actually have something to do with Bald Coin? Was he the one that had something to do with the rug pull with Bald? So that could be something behind the scenes that we're looking at. And there's a tweet out there that's been going around, kind of, you know, by chairman, Wall Street Bets chairman. The man responsible for one of the biggest frauds in history is being accused of creating a rug pull of a $100 million market cap coin while on house arrest at his parents' basement this morning. You can't make it up. You know, and people said, like, some of the language was the same. Thousands of ETH between FTX and Bald. The Bald deployer was the first voter on all sushi proposals. The Bald deployer tweets same sentence structure as SBF. The Bald deployer was the biggest DYDX farmer, and Bald deployer DYDX posts sound like SBF. Pretty interesting. So, you know, again, you never know. Lines up with court dates and bail. We know SBF was doing stuff through VPN recently. The on-chain activities line up. It's pretty crazy. Ties with Alameda as well. FTX linked to thread with language analysis. Pretty crazy. And it goes on and on. So there seems to be a kind of a bit of a trail here. And people seem to, you know, and again, we can't confirm or deny this for sure, but there's a chance that something's going on there. All right. Lead Swap halts trading after 630K drain from liquidity pairs. So Lead Swap says it is working on-chain security experts to recover 340 ETH drained from its liquidity provider. A tweet shows the exchange running on Coinbase's Layer 2 blockchain base has been attacked. Was this part of it too? to just grab another 630K just because they knew they could. You never know, right? If you did not lock your liquidity, you are free to remove it from the pools. The decentralized exchange added data from DeFi Llama shows that the DEX peaked at a total value locked at 41 million on July 31st, which has declined to 7 million. This comes after Bald, a meme coin running on Base, rug pulled its users as the token deployer removed millions of dollars worth of liquidity. Pretty crazy, right? So a lot of shadiness going on with Coinbase's first layer 2 blockchain. Not the best thing considering everything going on with them. Like, that's just more fire to be thrown at them as well. So, I guess I'm laughing because I can't believe the insanity that goes on these dexes, right? And we need crypto to have a good name. So, Ethereum options market shows bias for price weakness over the next 6 months. Ether's price appears overvalued compared to Ethereum's dwindling revenues, one analysis said. Ethereum's native token fell to a 6-week low on Tuesday, with traders in the options market betting on price weakness over the next 6 months. The second largest cryptocurrency by market fell to 1,800 during Asian hours, reaching the lowest. He may have a point, but I'll play devil's advocate here. Yes, it may have a business sense. It's a business coin, but it has a speculative sense as well. Before Ethereum was even used on Uniswap and nobody cared about it and there was no action, all right, before any of that, Ethereum still went up and down. There was still a lot of behavior for price action and people still would buy and sell Ethereum a lot. So Ethereum, in my mind, would still probably hit some key levels despite it struggling a little bit. However, will it be as deflationary? That's my question. My question for Ethereum is the fact that it doesn't have a circulating supply. So its 6-month call put skew, which gauges the spread between implied volatilities for call and put options, the lowest since June 15th. So people, the bearish skew comes as U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission looks to categorize most cryptocurrencies except Bitcoin as securities. And that's old news, man. In my opinion, really. But still, I see what they're saying. There's a little bit of weakness bias for Ethereum. In the general business sense, I still think Ethereum is the biggest coin to win, Crisis at DeFi giant Curve eases after Justin Sun and others step in with help. Sun said a liquidity pool that utilizes Tether stablecoins issued on the Tron network would amplify users' benefits. So Justin Sun, the founder of the Tron blockchain, stepped in to protect against a possible bad debt situation stemming from failing Curve token prices that could impact a massive loan tied to Curve Finance, founder Michael Igorov. Blockchain data from Tuesday shows Sun purchased about 5 million CRV from a wallet tagged Curve.5 founder at an average price of 0.4 on an over-the-counter. And funny, that's why people were trading CRV last night and they were getting pumped. Remember, someone made big gains on CRV last night. I'm like, what was going on with CRV? And you could see Tron was stepping in to buy it. The amounts to just over 2.3 million, while Sun paid well below Curve's 59% trading price at writing time. It's more than 30% price level, which Igorov loan could be liquidated. Amazing. Excited to assist Curve, Sun tweeted Tuesday. As steadfast partners, we remain committed to providing support whenever needed. I mean, he also made a come up, right? I mean, he's up damn near 50% on his, he made $1 million. I mean, he can't sell it though, but still, I mean, he turned 40 into 59 pretty fast. So he sold 39 million of Curve tokens and received 58 million as of year. Curve Finance stablecoin swapping giant suffered a Sunday exploit that drove down the price of Curve token, putting 168 million stash of Igorov's money at risk of being liquidated. This created bearish sentiment for the tokens among traders, alongside concerns that liquidated assets would have to be sold into a market where prices are already falling. Thank God somebody stepped in. I don't want to hear more pain, but it also tells me that maybe in a couple weeks it may not be over yet either. So these things kind of tend to spread a little bit. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33, at the X, baby, at the X. We have a cool question we're asking today. Do you think SBF rugged Bald? Let me know. And in the month of July, which coin did you stack the most? Let me know. Those are the two big questions today. I would love to see if you could answer those. So head on over to Twitter and jump on over there. So everyone, that is the news for the day. I greatly appreciate it. Let's take a look at what's happening for Bitcoin. It's been an insane day of volatility for a Tuesday, right? An insane day of volatility for a Tuesday, if you ask me. We take a look here closer. We started the day with like a nasty dump, went sideways. We attempt to make some type of flag. We found kind of like a rising wedge here that eventually broke to the downside. We found a beautiful divergence We came up, we lost that divergence, made a secondary divergence technically on the 15, got a nasty dump that defied the divergence. Looked like things were going to go very bearish. We reversed price action immediately, came right back up, and now we're still sitting at resistance. This falling wedge technically broke to the upside. The divergence technically did play out with a massive liquidation. I believe, based on how we're watching this, this could be our low for the week. It's just such a massive liquidation. I wouldn't be surprised. They also got all the 28.5 liquidations out of the way now, so they can move on. So that's one thing, right? I stack Crow and SPF. Funny. Well done, Justin Sun, for making money for yourself. The hero we need, right? I know. Lifer, you don't mind the ugly Ethereum ICO and all the other filth. You don't factor that into your thoughts on Ethereum. I've never been a huge fan, but I mean, Ethereum was one of the first coins I ever bought too, so I love Ethereum, you know, in a way. But I own like 15 ETH, and that's about it. They're locked away in a hardware wallet, and I don't think much about them. Hi, sweetie pie. Hi. You're so cute. So what do I see happening for Bitcoin? Well, if it can get back above this resistance at 28,988, it could probably get up to this 200 SMA and see if it can get through this gap in the VRVP here. And then we can see it kind of, struggle back at 29,000. Bitcoin technically just inside of this falling wedge, though. Nothing too nutty. And we could see it bounce back to the top of the wedge. So let me show you again. I know this is a little messy. So we'll go to, the Binance US dollar chart. We'll delete everything else but the moving averages. And we'll show you. I mean, Bitcoin has a resistance waiting at 30,008. And then it had the major area at 30,400 that I really wanted to get back above, but we could not. Okay? And then previous support becomes resistance. Bounce, bounce, bounce. You lost that. Bounce, bounce. Bit of an M there. You drop that. For me, I see a falling wedge with just a fake out that broke back inside. And the buy pressure that came up from Bitcoin there, with a lot of people probably had limit orders because they've been waiting to get in. And they said 29.85 was going to be a great area. So we get a move back to the upside here, right? So it's highly likely we move to the top of the channel. Just, pattern trading 101. Then do we come back or do we get a chance to break on out is the question. And we go from there. Bitcoin has to reclaim 29,660 and has to reclaim 30,400. This area and these two areas, these are just so crucial. They're also on the weekly radar as the weekly support of resistance. So what an insane moment of price action that we saw today. I have nothing else to say for that, And we're going for that $29,000 liquidity level there. It wants it so bad. They just consistently, look at the shorts getting liquidated. What we want to see is, this is at 85,000. We want to see this get higher into liquidation levels with a less amount of liquidations. This can kind of tell us when the liquidations are getting done. You know what I mean? Slowing down. We had it here, though, but then we resurgence with the higher liquid. So it doesn't always mean amazing, but, if we keep pushing higher, but the liquid, 50,000. If we break this 80K and we go further, right? So massive short. First, we had a massive long squeeze, followed by a massive short squeeze today. On a Tuesday, low volume on the week, on the summer months. It's pretty nuts. 4-hour candle just opened a new one, and it opened bullish above the other candle. It's a bullish sign. We're headed back to the top of the channel at the end of the day. So Bitcoin, heavy volatility on the morning, crazy couple of hours, and back above 29,000. Whoever would have thought? Insanity from the low 28,000. And we got that level. Who bought that level with me, right? Took my poly stake off Binance and picked up more Bitcoin on the deep dip. My man. I know just a lot of ugly things in their past. Too much for me. Okay, yeah. You're not a fan of Ethereum. So here we go. Shout out to the 400 beautiful souls on the live. I see a move further to the upside here. Possible reversal back to the upside. MakerDAO continues to push. Shout out to anyone that got into the trade. I'll continue to scan the markets and keep you guys up to date every single day. I love each and every one of you. May God bless you all. And, look at that Adam and Eve double top too. Just pay attention to these things. We're going to keep teaching you. 29,120, continuing to pump to the upside. The short squeeze will not stop. It's getting absolutely out of control. Now 140,000 people getting liquidated. This is insanity. I want to leave, but I actually can't. The price action is absolutely riveting. I live for this type of price action. This is absolutely insane. Watching the shorts get almost just absolutely dominated right here is absolutely absurd. It's insane. I heard buy low, sell high somewhere. You never know. You never know. People implementing master fund leverage strategy are getting paid hard today. I know. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, because on that dip, had you bought the bean, then bought the bean, then bought the bean, and then got to buy back in, I mean, you were up so big right now. 100%. Let's take a look, too, if we can find, let's see something here. But see, it's hard. I'm trying to find his 786 on this one. Maybe we have to go real small ball. We had no draw point, though. That's the only thing. But the divergence was key. To buy into that divergence, the secondary dip down, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Bitcoin, man. And Maker continuing to push at 1276. Now it's in a bit of a flag here for MakerDAO. The call. Who here is in the trading group? I gave one call, MakerDAO. It blasted to the upside. You know what I mean? Blasted to the upside, MakerDAO. Now just continuing. Like I have to watch it on like the small time frames. But this thing is plowing away. Looks like it get all the way to the next resistance at about 1288. Show me your divvies, baby. Sam will nuke it, don't worry. Balled up 107%. That's crazy, right? But wow. Look at Maker just doing damage on the perpetual. Anyone that took that perpetual call nailed it to the upside with me out of the inverted head and shoulder. All I did was play this giant inverted head and shoulder right here. 1, 2, 3. Nailed it. Put it to the trading group before it even happened. That's what I love about the group. It shows you like when I was committed to something and I have the timestamp to prove it. So that you know that I'm not BSing you. And you know if you paid the $3 a day and you joined the trading group, you'd have access to actual gains that happen every single day. And we show it to you every single day. We don't go anywhere. We're always going to kind of prove it to you. So. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. I got to run. I could go all day, I guess, apparently. I love each and every one of you. I thank you for jumping on in, and I'll see you on the next beautiful live stream. May God bless you all. May you have a wonderful day. Take care of your friends and your family. Enjoy your life. Please don't spend a lot of your time being upset and anxiety or beating yourself up. Take a deep breath. Realize that you have the present moment to exist in. All right, do the best you can for everyone around you. Be a good person. Know that you did your best, and rest assured, go into nature. Make sure you take nature into account. Nature will heal you. Nature will better you. Nature will be there for you. Find your way, everyone. Find your way. May I rest in peace to my father. He died 3 months to the day, basically on May 1st. Today is now August 1st. The first of every month, I will always think about my dad. It's funny. I love you all. Have a wonderful time, and I'll see you on the next live stream. May God bless you. Thank you.